Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of, this is for mid-April 2024. We're going to jump right in here. You have this retail card that says, start a retail business selling products or services. If you have an idea in mind, you have the green light to go for it. I've been seeing a lot of these, like green light readings, which is weird. All these decks I have, like a bunch of them have cards that basically say green light on them. So that's interesting. You have this card that says conflict. You might find yourself having personality clashes. Yes, for whatever reason, I feel that. So I would avoid the drama here, Gemini. I think that, again, just because something like this comes up doesn't mean that you have to experience it, right? So I kind of feel that that personality clash card is saying, like, yes, there are definitely going to be times or people or situations that you could be having clashes with right now. I would actually try to avoid it at all cost, or, I would do things to kind of like, just ignore the haters and, all that other good stuff. And so that's what I would do there. With that retail card, though, definitely, it doesn't have to be a retail business. Obviously, this is a general reading, but I do feel that you are getting the green light for something. It doesn't even have to be money. I was literally about to say that it could be love, and you have the lovers right there. So I kind of feel like you are getting the green light to go have something or, create something that you desire in your life. And I think that whatever it is will be really, really good for you. Yeah, you have this card that says the end of a tough cycle approaches. So definitely improvements for you, Gemini, which I also feel. I also feel that, that whole conflict card could basically be about, haters. Basically, things are improving in your life and, the haters can come out of the woodwork. You have the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like it's time to get to work on something. Again, you have that green light card. So, definitely time for you to go for it and make something happen and put in the work. And that's what I feel here with the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles kind of is the only knight in the tarot that isn't moving. And he has everything he needs between his own two ears, He has this pentacle here. He needs to start planting seeds in this field behind him, and they will grow. I kind of get this feeling that you're like overcomplicating something here. You have the Tower as your crossing energy, which we're going to talk about in just a second, but also you have the Eight of Swords as your foundation, which I feel is very not Gemini energy. The Eight of Swords is about being stuck and only seeing one way of doing things. Like, your superpower, Gemini, is that you have the ability to kind of see things from all different points of view and all different angles, right? And so it's almost like you are maybe you haven't been in your element or something took you out of your element. The good news is you have the lovers, so I kind of feel like you're getting back to your old self, getting back into your element. Again, your crossing energy is a Tower. So I kind of feel like some of you have had a Tower moment happen in your life. I'm getting that some of you, this might have happened up to like 2.5 years ago or 3 years ago. So, maybe this has been something that has happened for like a long time, but I also feel that maybe it's something that has like shaken you up for a good amount of time. I kind of feel like a couple of things here, Gemini. Like, part of me feels like sometimes I think we do just have to process something. And the only way we can do that is time. So I kind of feel that some of you have maybe been through something like a challenge with a person or someone who like blindsided you or something like that. And the only thing that you can do, the only thing that you could do is just give it time. It's like, even though you would never go back to this person or whatever, I think that's the only thing you can do. The only thing you could do. And now you've kind of like processed something. For others, the Tower can represent ignoring reality and needing to be brought back down to reality. I do feel like some of you maybe have, again, had a Tower moment that maybe it didn't involve love, but it's something that kind of brought you back to reality. But I almost feel it's also motivated you to action. So again, maybe something happened, maybe it sucked, but at the same time, maybe it kind of gave you a genius idea. In the area of your thoughts, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. It forms the tree of life. It doesn't mean that you will have everything you want and desire, but it does mean that you are maybe working on manifesting everything you want and desire in your life, or you're working about creating or mentally creating everything you want and desire in your life. And that's what I feel like you're doing here with the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is also great for investment as well. So again, I would be very careful. I want to stress that I failed math my entire life, so do not take financial advice from me. But what I would say is that I think if you are going to be investing your money, definitely do your research. But again, if you're thinking about making an investment into something, I do feel this is like confirmation, but I want to stress. We have Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus. Uranus, especially in Taurus, will spank you if you do not do your research. This is why, like, literally, I said this like before Uranus went into Taurus, where I was saying that I thought that the lottery numbers would be higher than ever during Uranus and Taurus, and guess what? We had several record-breaking lottery winning amounts during Uranus and Taurus. Why? Because Uranus and Taurus does not like get rich quick. Uranus and Taurus wants us to get rich slow, and that might not sound sexy, but if you do it, again, you're going to be rich. And really, it's not going to be that slow. So, make sure that you are doing things and producing like establishment, right? Like Uranus and Taurus wants us to produce things of value and quality and wants us to do the whole one foot in front of the other thing. But I think that you're thinking about building a 10 of Pentacles, which could be everything that you want and desire in your life. In your foundation, you have the 8 of Swords. Again, I think that you need to open up to all ways of doing things and just stay flexible. At this time, you literally go up to 2 of Pentacles here, and the 2 of Pentacles is a card of flexibility and being flexible, seeing things from all sides, looking for multiple ways of doing things. So I would just stay flexible. In the past, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords can be a card of curiosity. I kind of feel like if you had a tower moment with a person, it's like you don't know. It's almost like you don't know everything. I really feel this person kind of like kept you in the dark. So, maybe that's why it's taken a while to let go of the situation. Same thing with other situation as well. It's like this could be a work situation or a business situation where something didn't work out. And I kind of feel like you've been trying to unravel the mystery of like why something didn't come together or something didn't work out. You do have this good news card. It says all forms of communication, text, emails, documents, phone calls, notes, voice messages. And you also have this wealthy man. It says entrepreneur, financier, charming, career success, ambitious. It's kind of weird because I do feel like some of you will be getting a truth in the future. Or you could be finding something out like about a situation or getting information about a situation. Again, I think it's very true that sometimes when a situation ends, that's like when you get all the details from someone, right? So, that's when the truth comes out. It might be from like their friends or something like that. So that definitely could be happening for you here with this situation. I also feel if there has been some sort of mystery, and again, it does not have to be love. This could be like, why did a business deal fall through, or why didn't something work out? It's like you're getting the answers. The other weird thing that I'm getting is that the answer you might be getting is because it's not really an answer. And what I mean by that is maybe something didn't work out because something much better is about to come in for you here, which we clearly see in the reading. And so maybe that's the answer. Like maybe it's not an answer. Maybe you are realizing that something didn't work out, because if it did, you wouldn't have something awesome that's like coming into your life, right? You have the 2 of Pentacles. This is coming up in your very near future. I do think definitely that Gemini is going to be very busy, moving forward, starting now. I think that this could be you putting in a lot of work into things, putting a lot of work into yourself, putting a lot of work into love, or, whatever you want basically in your life. So I do feel like you are putting a lot of work into things that you're trying to create. I feel like you're seeing results. One thing I will say with the 2 of Pentacles is that 2 of Pentacles is kind of like work hard, play hard. So I do think we need to make sure to balance the energy and make sure you're balancing it with more play, right? You have the South Node card. It says the past on it. You have this opposition. It says confrontation. Again, I do feel like there could be some sort of confrontation. I'm not saying you should be confronting anyone from the past or whatever. I would be careful of a person coming back right now. Mercury retrograde, you have that conflict card as well. It says you're willing to fight for whatever it is that you're wanting, and which I do feel is like a good energy. But, I would avoid the past energy here just in general. I think that this person you end with the 5 of Pentacles, and we're going to clarify the reading, but I just get this feeling of a person who is in poverty, maybe not literally financially, but it could be some other form of poverty. And I really feel that there could be a person who's like trying to drag you down to their level. And by the way, this could easily be avoided, as I always say. So I would just ignore an ex. I would focus on new connections over the next few months. You have the Lovers. Number 1, this is amazing for your energy, puts you in a position of power and strength, really allows you to get what you want from the reading. So I feel like you're coming up in a very strong position over the next few months. But I also do feel you could be attracting new love, and it could be in Aries. You have the Emperor next. And, again, it could be a fire sign. It could be any sign. General reading. But I do feel like there could be a solid person coming in for you if you are looking for love. I also do feel that a lot of you are at a crossroads, and plain and simple, I would pick the new path. I think that there could be a new path that's presenting itself to you. Eight of Swords, being stuck in the old path, right? So, and even the 2 of Pentacles, down in Dirty Tarot, 2 of Pentacles says pick the new path. And that's not accurate tarot. Like I said, down in Dirty Tarot, 2 of Pentacles sometimes I feel just says you're being presented with 2 opportunities, new opportunity always. You have the Emperor here. showing up in the area of your closest relationships. So this is all relationships, but I do feel you could be attracting your emperor if you're into that sort of thing. So whatever you're into, right? You could definitely be attracting a divine counterpart. If you don't want love, this could be, you could just be attracting new connections in general. I also kind of feel like you might be taking control of your social life. So you might be more in control of your social life, or you're doing things to take control of your social life. And that's kind of what I see here with the Emperor energy. I feel good about it, whatever it is, whatever's going on here. You have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is coming up in the area of your future feelings, which is pretty good. I feel progress here mostly in your reading. Again, you start with the Knight of Pentacles. I'm not the biggest fan of the Knight of Pentacles, but I do also feel, I read intuitively. So even if I don't like a card, it doesn't matter because I just use my intuition. And my intuition is telling me that you're making progress with the Knight of Pentacles. And same thing with the Six of Pentacles. Although I like the Six of Pentacles, it can be a good card. And I think that you're planting seeds. Again, I look at this card as a card of planting seeds. The Knight of Pentacles says you need to plant seeds. And so it's like you're finally investing in things that are actually growing in your life. And that's what I feel here is like you are putting energy in to things that you get something out of. It's like you're getting more out of the things that you're putting energy into. I think remember what I said about investments with the Ten of Pentacles? It's like you're paying attention and you're doing your research and you're making sure when you give something energy, it actually produces a result. Whether this is a person, a relationship, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But I feel pretty good about that. You have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is a card of feeling left out in the cold. This is your outcome. Five of Pentacles has a very easy solution, which is to not call attention to your weaknesses. It says you need to pay attention to your strengths. And that's what I would do here with the Five of Pentacles. I also really just feel that this is a person who wants to drag you down to their level. So don't allow that to happen. Again, I feel like you could have been dealing with a secretive person. Maybe even learned the truth after you got out of a situation with this person. Like you found things out through friends or whatever. And again, I would be careful of a person who's trying to drag you down to their level. You have this new moon eclipse. It says expect a powerful change. You have this full moon in Capricorn. It says the end of a tough cycle approaches. So a positive change is what's coming in for you with this energy. And I think it's going to make you very happy here, Gemini. So let's clarify and let's see what's going on. With the Knight of Pentacles in the Tower, you have the Page of Cups. Definitely, this could be a surprise. This could be a good surprise that's coming in for you with the Tower. It could be that you're finding out a person is interested in you. The Page of Cups is my card of just like a general admirer. So it could just be a person, any sign, that is interested in you. And if you want love, definitely could be a solid connection. With the Ten of Pentacles, what do you know? You have the Lovers here. Yes, love it. Definitely amazing. Ten of Pentacles to me is the best love card in the deck because it's everything you want and desire in your life. Again, Ten of Pentacles does not have to be money. Ten of Pentacles can just be, whatever you want. Ten of Pentacles is an establishment. It is you building something permanent in your life. Building, leaving a legacy. That's what the card represents. And so for some of you, you could be thinking about doing that with a person, or you could even be thinking about doing that with yourself, right? You can leave a legacy by, doing something great in the world, or, accomplishing a goal, or doing something that inspires other people. And I would definitely encourage that for sure. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is about being in alignment with what you want. So I think that developing habits is a quick way to, kind of become more successful. Like developing the habits of what you want. I always tell people, like, if you want to be successful, go study successful people and adopt their habits and try them and see what works for you. Like, I think there's a lot of like, I love personal development. Like, I'm a personal development junkie, right? I love it, but I also see, personally, I see the BS side of it as well. And really the thing about personal development is there's like a lot of advice, but there are always rule breakers. There are always people who do the complete opposite that are just as successful as any other successful person. So, for every bozo online that tells you to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm sure there are 10 millionaires that wake up at, 12 in the afternoon, right? So again, is it a rule that some of them follow? Sure. But there will always be an exception. And I think that in life, yeah, we can listen to these people, we can adopt some of their habits or whatever. But I also believe that, again, we should figure out what works for us. It's like, as long as you're being efficient, as long as you're getting things done, who the hell cares when you wake up, right? And so, I would say that, I would figure out what works for you and get in alignment with that. And that's the thing that will lead to success. With the Page of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands. Again, your hard work is paying off. he's about to reach this home in the background here, and he's about to put down those 10 wands. Those 10 wands are his harvest, and he is about to have a harvest. It's just that simple. So, love it. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness. I do see you like increasing your resources. Again, like I said, every single person has had, or I don't know if I actually said this, but every single person has had a card of improving their resources during these readings. So, I think that really we could be in a time where people are finding ways to be more resourceful. People are finding ways to like build and leave a legacy or to fix their financial situation. And that definitely could be happening here for sure. With the Lovers, you have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups would be a knight in shining armor, so I feel for a lot of you that you could be attracting like a knight in shining armor into your life, or you could just be attracting a solid connection in general. And with the Lovers, obviously, it would be love. So there is clearly like a knight in shining armor coming in for you. I think you already have your eye on this person. Some of you, I feel for a lot of you actually that you already deal with this person. It could be a wealthy person as well, and that does not have to be financial either. Like I always say, that they could just be very abundant. They could have an abundant personality, abundant energy. The list goes on and on there. But I really do feel it is, kind of like a wealthy person that you're attracting. And so, again, this could be like a very successful person. With the Emperor, you have the World. This is you opening up to the world. Again, this is coming up in your closest relationships. So this area just represents all relationships in your life. And you could definitely be just like developing new relationships with, people all over the place. You could be networking more. You could be joining groups or meeting new people from other locations and, all this other stuff. And I would definitely encourage you to do that. I would also, it could also represent you expanding your world view with the world showing up in the area of your closest relationships, having more experiences. When you do this, you become a more wealthy person just in general. So anything new that you could explore, any new ideas that you could investigate, all that stuff. It could lead to, positive new connections in your life. It looks amazing. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Fool. See, I like this. Sometimes I feel the Six of Pentacles can be very motivating, as in we start to plant seeds, we start to invest energy into things, and we start to get a result, and then we're all in. And I kind of get that all-in energy with the Fool, as in maybe you're like starting to invest in a person, or maybe you're starting to invest in a new career direction or new idea. And it's like as it starts to build, you're like, oh, this is exactly what I want. So it's almost like confirmation in a way that you are just going to take a leap of faith towards something. So again, if you're working on anything new connections, new people, new situations, I kind of see you really deciding to, kind of like take a big leap into something, and it's going to be very successful for you. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Four Wands. I'm wondering if the Five of Pentacles says, number one, two things here that I'm getting. Number one, or two, I should say, is I feel that you could be attracting a person who has also been left out in the cold. So you could be attracting a person who's been through something very similar to what you've been through, Gemini. And this could be a good thing because, again, they know how it feels, so they're not going to do it to someone else. And vice versa as well. You're not going to do this to someone else as well. I feel also that this is like two people who have learned the lessons of whatever you went through. So I actually feel pretty good about this. And you also have the Four of Wands. So again, I feel this could be a person that you will marry or that you will commit to on a very deep level. So love it. That looks amazing, Gemini. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. And let's see what else wants to come up. You have this Escape card. I feel like you're leaving behind things that just keep you stuck. Eight of Swords. I feel this is talking about the Eight of Swords energy, just kind of like things that are inflexible. I see you like moving towards more flexible situations. You have this Speculation card as well. Again, with the investment, when we invest, we're speculating that something is going to go well. Again, I would make sure that you back up any investment you're making with proof. Like you can't prove that something is going to do well, but you can do your research and say, okay, these are all the reasons I think it will do well. And I think as long as you do your research, you'll be fine. Of course, never invest more than you're willing to lose. I think, investing is basically gambling anyway. And so, I would be very careful with investments, especially right now, especially with that Taurus energy. It's really funny. It's like I did a video a while ago where I said every single Mercury retrograde, Bitcoin goes down. It's like if you listened to me, you already would be up in Bitcoin because every single Mercury retrograde you would have bought Bitcoin when it went down, and it's going down right now. So there you go. It might be going up by the time I'm done with this, but Bitcoin is like, up and down, up and down. It's like a yo-yo, right? But again, I also think that people, it's kind of funny, speaking of crypto, because I think that people are going to be very surprised in this crypto cycle, right, that we have going on right now. I think people think that things are going to go way up, and they might, but I think it's going to be a big surprise in a direction, and I don't even know what that direction is. I don't even try to predict it, right? And so I just do my research, and that's what I would encourage you to do right here. Very volatile, let's put it that way. You have this romance card. Clearly there's a solid connection coming in for you. I really do feel you could be attracting a perfect match here. It looks really good for love. You have this appreciation card. As a card of gratitude, it says the more grateful you are for the things you have, the more you're going to attract. This is a cornucopia right here, and the cornucopias, they represent abundance. So I definitely feel you could be attracting a lot of abundance into your life. And you have this quarrel card. Again, I would avoid conflict at all costs, especially if you have a past person that's like coming back. I literally feel that if a past person's coming back, and no, I do not. I make it very clear. People are always like, I don't want my ex. I'm like, I make it very clear in my readings that I do not do ex back readings, and you should not go back. So I'm on your side. Number one. Number two, wouldn't even interact with them with this fighting card, all this stuff going on here. It just looks like someone's trying to bring you down to their level. I feel like someone needs you to be the bad guy is kind of like what I'm getting here. It's like they were the bad person and they're trying to make you the bad person. So don't let that happen, right? But this looks pretty good. So love it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.